Motion in your step.
Motivation in your heart.
Hello, and welcome to today's Motion and Motivation podcast.
We've put together a study guide for everyone. If you need it, you can grab it from the video description. All right, so get ready because today we're diving deep into the absolutely crazy story of Elon Musk taking over Twitter.
Oh, it's a wild one.
Yeah, we're going behind the scenes with Chaos Engineering, the book that spills all the tea.
Yeah, all the drama.
The boardroom battles, the frantic coding. It's like a Silicon Valley thriller, but in real life.
You know, what really gets me about this story is that it's so much bigger than just some tech deal.
Right, it's not just business.
This is about a platform with huge influence, this larger-than-life personality, and all these societal undercurrents.
Yeah, and the ripples are still being felt, which is why we're here today to unpack it all.
Absolutely.
Okay, but before we get to all the chaos of the takeover, let's rewind a bit.
Back to the beginning.
Yeah, Twitter, even before Musk came along, was already a giant.
Oh, for sure.
It starts with the simple idea, 140 characters, and then boom, it explodes into this global thing.
I mean, it became what Musk himself would call the digital town square. You think about it, this is where news breaks, movements take off, everyone from celebrities to, presidents are weighing in.
All in one place.
Yeah, but with that power comes a lot of responsibility.
And that's where things start to get tricky.
Definitely tricky.
So you've got Jack Dorsey, one of the founders, a true idealist.
Big believer in open dialogue.
He pushes for this totally free speech environment.
Even when it means the platform becomes a breeding ground for, some pretty nasty stuff.
Hate speech, misinformation, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, it was a constant struggle.
And then there's Vijay Gadde, Twitter's legal head.
Trying to keep things balanced.
Trying to balance Dorsey's free speech above all else thing with the need to actually protect users.
A constant push and pull.
It really was.
And right into this already complicated mix comes Elon Musk.
Talk about making an entrance.
He really knows how to do that.
This guy is a mix of pure genius and pure impulsiveness.
And let's be honest, he loves to troll.
Oh, totally. Remember that whole pedo guy comment he made about Vernon Unsworth?
Which landed him in a defamation lawsuit.
Yeah, but that lawsuit tells you a lot about Musk.
Doesn't back down, even when maybe he should.
Stubborn, some might say.
And that stubbornness, that's going to play a big role in how this takeover goes down.
So how does this whole thing even start? Well, Musk is already a Twitter power user.
Queening up a storm.
And he starts tweeting a lot, and I mean a lot, about his problems with Twitter.
They're bugging him.
Yeah, especially about how he feels they're stifling free speech.
Not open enough for his liking.
Right. He even starts running these polls, asking his followers about their views on free speech on Twitter.
Testing the waters, seeing what people think.
It almost felt like he was getting ready for something big.
Laying the groundwork.
Yeah, and then, boom, he drops the bomb.
Out of nowhere.
A hostile takeover bid. He wants to buy the whole company.
Bold move.
Twitter's stock goes crazy. Their employees are freaking out. They even try to fight back with this poison pill defense.
Trying to make themselves less appealing to buy, basically.
Yeah, make the whole thing super expensive for Musk.
But he doesn't flinch.
Nope, he just keeps raising his offer, refuses to take no for an answer.
Classic power play.
And then even before the deal is done, things get really interesting.
The drama never stops.
Musk starts demanding all this data from Twitter, specifically about how many bots and spam accounts there are.
Wants to see under the hood.
He's basically saying, I don't trust you guys. Show me the proof.
Not just about numbers, it's about control.
Right. He's already flexing his muscles.
Setting the stage for what's to come.
And then, of course, he threatens to walk away from the whole deal.
Claims Twitter's been lying about the bot situation.
Twitter sues him to try and force the sale.
Lawyers are getting rich.
It's this back and forth with Musk changing his tactics constantly.
So much uncertainty, nobody knows what's going to happen next.
It's like a preview of the chaos that's about to unfold.
Oh yeah, things are about to get wild.
So the deal finally closes, and you know what Musk does first?
What's the first order of business?
He cleans house.
Fires everyone.
Well, not everyone, but he starts with the top executives. Parag Agrawal, Vijay Gadde, Ned Segal, gone.
Like a changing of the guard.
It sends shockwaves through the company, through the whole tech industry.
A clear message.
Yeah, I'm in charge now, and things are going to be different.
Buckle up, everyone.
He's ready to flip the whole place upside down.
And that's just the beginning.
Upside down is, he had engineers print out their code?
Like actual paper.
Yeah, so he could review it himself, line by line.
Wow, old school.
And he gets obsessed with Twitter Blue, that subscription service, with the blue check marks.
The coveted blue check mark.
Everyone wants one.
Yeah, it was a status symbol.
And of course, the late-night tweets keep coming, often targeting his own company, no less.
Not afraid to air the dirty laundry.
It really felt like he was making decisions on a whim without thinking things through.
Yeah, and it created this atmosphere of total uncertainty at Twitter.
Employees were walking on eggshells.
They never knew what was coming next.
It must have been exhausting.
And on top of that, you had the mass layoffs.
Perks disappearing, he's pushing this hardcore work culture.
Talk about a stressful environment.
I can't even imagine what morale was like.
It's easy to get caught up in the drama, but we have to remember the human cost.
Absolutely, real people's lives were being affected.
People were stressed, scared of losing their jobs, constantly under pressure.
And it wasn't just internal. Remember when he rolled back a bunch of those content moderation policies?
Yeah, like opening the floodgates.
It felt like he was inviting anyone and everyone, good intentions or not.
And some of those people who came back, not exactly the best crowd.
Like Andrew Anglin, the founder of a neo-Nazi website.
He got unbanned.
It was a huge signal that Musk was serious about this absolute free speech thing.
Even if it meant hate speech and dangerous content could spread more easily.
And then you have Kanye West coming back, immediately going on those anti-Semitic rants.
The PR disaster.
Advertisers started fleeing.
Yeah, they didn't want to be associated with that.
And Twitter was already in a tough spot financially, so losing those advertisers was a big blow.
Made things even worse.
But Musk kept blaming activist groups and the media for the advertiser exodus.
Didn't seem to want to take responsibility.
It felt like he was doubling down on his decisions, even when they were clearly backfiring.
Not the best strategy.
And then there was that whole blue checkmark fiasco.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was a mess.
He decides to sell them to anyone who pays for Twitter Blue.
Basically undermined the whole point of verification.
And it led to a ton of impersonation accounts, people pretending to be celebrities or brands.
So much chaos.
It felt like every day there was a new headline about some crazy thing Musk had done.
Always something new to talk about.
One minute he's pushing employees to work around the clock. The next he's bringing in his cousins to help with layoffs.
He was so bizarre.
Then he fires the janitors to save money, and the San Francisco office becomes a health hazard.
So much for employee well-being.
It was just one chaotic event after another.
It wasn't just quirky, it was dysfunctional.
It really hurt Twitter's reputation.
Made it hard to take them seriously.
And then out of nowhere, he rebrands the whole platform.
Twitter is no more.
Hello, X.
It was like he was trying to erase Twitter's history.
Start fresh. Rebuild it in his own image.
A clean slate, but was it really?
That's the question. We'll have to see what the future holds for X.
It's going to be an interesting ride, that's for sure.
Yeah, it does feel like a turning point, a real make-or-break moment for X.
Right, and what strikes me is just how ambitious Musk is.
Like, even with all the crazy stuff happening, he's still aiming for the stars.
It wasn't enough to just fix a few things. He wants a complete revolution.
This whole everything app idea, it's like a digital utopia he's dreaming of.
It's bold, to put it mildly.
Yeah, and somehow, through all the turmoil, Twitter or X, it's still here.
It hasn't imploded yet.
People still use it, news still breaks there, it's still relevant.
But there's no question it's a completely different beast than it was before.
So what happens now? Can it actually become this everything app? Or will it all fall apart?
It's the million-dollar question, right?
And there's some serious challenges, like the financial situation isn't great.
Ad revenue is still down. There's a ton of debt from the acquisition.
And then there's Musk himself. He's not exactly known for stability.
He can be a bit unpredictable, to say the least.
One minute he's all about free speech. The next, he's banning journalists who criticize him.
It's hard to see how you build a stable, successful platform on that kind of foundation.
So yeah, the future of X is a big question mark.
Can Musk find a way to balance his desire for radical change with, actually running a company?
It's going to be interesting to watch, that's for sure.
No doubt about that.
But no matter what happens to X, this whole Musk takeover has really shaken things up.
It's made people think about the power these social media platforms have.
And the influence of these billionaires like Musk.
Like, these platforms aren't just neutral tools anymore.
Right. They can be shaped, manipulated, and the consequences can be huge.
It's a bit of a wake-up call, I think.
Definitely. It raises some big questions about where we go from here.
Do we need more regulation? Should we be looking at alternatives like Mastodon?
How do we ensure these platforms are used responsibly?
There are no easy answers.
But this whole Musk-Twitter saga has definitely made us confront these questions.
It's forced the conversation, and that's a good thing.
So I think that brings us to the end of our deep dive into the crazy world of Elon Musk and Twitter.
From the early days to the chaos of the takeover and now this uncertain future for X.
It's been a wild ride, but hopefully you've learned something along the way.
Our goal is to spark your curiosity, encourage you to think critically.
We don't have all the answers, but hopefully we've given you some food for thought.
Absolutely.
So, as you navigate the ever-changing world of social media, remember to stay informed, stay engaged, and most importantly, stay curious.
And maybe, just maybe, think twice before you tweet at Elon Musk late at night.
Yeah, that's probably good advice for all of us.
Until next time.
Happy tweeting or renning or whatever we're calling it these days.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. That way you won't miss any of our updates. Also, if you think this video could help others, please share it with them. Thanks for watching and for your support.